Good morning, everyone. This is Beth Guide with the Internet Marketing Minute. I wanted to talk to you today about web design and SEO and how those two things walk hand in hand. So let's go back a second. Back in January, I had a gentleman come to my office and we gave him a quote for web design and for ongoing SEO services. And we didn't hear from him for a while, and he called us back about, a couple weeks ago and said, hey, I want to talk to you about this. We went and had the website built. It's not done yet, but I want to start now talking about SEO services. So the first problem that we had with that was that I can't see what even the website looks like. So now I'm flying blind on what's going to have to be repaired or what was not done correctly with SEO from the SEO standpoint. Now you may say to me, Beth, how do you know there's something wrong with the website? And you're right, I don't know yet. But what I will say is that inevitably, there's many people that want to tell me that they know about SEO, and web designers do it all the time. They know SEO, they know all about SEO, but the reality is that they're not SEO experts. So when I go and I look at the website, all the technical SEO is usually messed up on the website. It's either in the wrong platform, the images are too large, the wording on the page is not correct, the buttons are not put in correctly. There's usually so many different problems that it's death by 1,000 cuts. So often my first suggestion is let me rebuild the site because it's easier to rebuild it than it is to repair it. But I think the thing is that most business owners think, well, let me get a website and then I will do SEO. And this gentleman said to me very clearly, he said, well, I was just trying to save a few bucks. I don't know if it'll work or not because it depends on what you come back and say. And we're honest. If I can use what you're giving me, I'm happy to do that. But 9 times out of 10, I really cannot use what I'm given, that it's usually far off. Now, sometimes I'm handed something that comes from an SEO company that has been maintaining it, and then it's just some usually some corrections. But if you're starting a website from scratch and you think that those two entities should be separated, that you should hire an SEO first, a web designer first, and then hire an SEO company, I'm going to tell you that is not a winning solution in the long run. You often don't save money, and you often don't get a good quality product that Google, because ultimately that's the arbiter here, will recognize and check. If you don't know every little detail of what you're supposed to be doing, and most web designers don't. Most of them have an experience of knowing how to build it in Squarespace, knowing how to work WordPress, and some of them are artistic and good at their job, but they're not an SEO expert, so therefore those things are lacking. Now, one of the things you can say to me is, Beth, why are you saying this? Well, I'm going to tell you, we started as a web design company, and my very first customer came back to me and said, why am I not ranking? So it started us on a path of doing it right, learning, growing up in the SEO industry. If I was a 20-something and I just came upon this now, I don't know that I would have the depth and the breadth of the experience to be able to know that these things all need to be put together and handled cohesively. That handling them separate often does not work and does not work well. The same goes for development companies. Often when they develop, the code's bloated, they don't write the functions right. So even custom doesn't help. I see this problem from the littlest of the little to the largest of the largest in the enterprise area. So I have had it on both sides of the spectrum. I deal with it on both sides of the spectrum. The best advice that I can give a small to mid-sized business owner is hire an SEO company that knows how to build a website. Don't hire a web designer that says he knows SEO. It's probably the best way to approach that. So that's my talk for this morning. I am going to come back here shortly. I do want to tell you about our upcoming classes for the month of August. I meant to do that yesterday and didn't get to it. But everybody have a great week, and I'll be talking at you soon.